What's up, Internet? Attack Slug here with the final press conference of the day for E3 2014, the Sony press conference, and this went on for about 2 hours. It just ended. I'm still my head's still kind of out there. They showed a whole lot of stuff, so I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as possible and give my thoughts and perspective on just what the hell just happened. We opened with a trailer for Destiny, which still looks pretty good. Andrew House came out and talked a little bit about Destiny, said there will be a Destiny beta exclusively on the PS4 that starts July 17th. In addition, PS4 owners will have a first look alpha at some point this week. I'm not sure how it's going to work. They really did that. I'm sure there'll be website details on that soon enough. In addition, there will be a white PS4, and that will be out this fall when the game comes out on September the 9th. That looks pretty damn cool, but I'm not buying another PS4. But if you don't have one, it looks nice. Then we go see The Order 1886, and it's got a zombie monster things that you shoot. The important part of this trailer was that the gameplay to the cutscene stuff was all super seamless, and that was really cool. Then that immediately cuts to a new game called Entwined, which I've never heard of, and apparently is out right now for $9.99. From some brand new studio, brand new developer, and it looked kind of like a twin-stick kind of Tempest style game. It looked interesting. I'll be very curious to see more of that. That goes into some infamous Second Son DLC called First Light, which is coming out August 2014. That is going to be standalone DLC, meaning you don't need to own Infamous Second Son to buy it, but if you do, there will be some bonuses for you. And I did enjoy what I played. Infamous Second Son, it was really cool. Then, immediately, new game announcement. LittleBigPlanet 3, totally a thing, totally exists. There are new characters. It is not Media Molecule, it is somebody else. And you'll be able to import all of the user-created levels from LittleBigPlanet 1 and 2, which is insane. But for someone like me, unfortunately, that means the platforming physics still just don't feel great. So I'm going to pass. But if you really enjoyed those games, this is certainly more of the same. And it's got new stuff in it. It's got odd sock, toggle, swoop. It's got new characters. And that's kind of cool. Alright, and that's coming out in November. But moving on to what is personally my favorite news of the show, the most important news, is that Project Beast, that we knew totally was a thing, guess what? It's called Bloodborne. It's totally a thing. And I'm super excited for a new From Software game from Miyazaki, who directed Demon's Souls and Dark Souls. That is 2015, and oddly enough, the trailer did not have any gameplay, even that leaked footage, those little 5-second clips, those had gameplay. This trailer was just all CG, which is kind of weird. But hopefully, maybe TGS will see some actual gameplay. But moving on to a game that did have actual gameplay here was Far Cry 4, which looked insane. Like, take Far Cry 3 and just amp it up even further. It was nuts. This was all actual gameplay footage, or I'm assuming is all actual gameplay footage. And you had a wingsuit, they were rampaging elephants. It was just balls to the wall. It was crazy. I am super excited for that. And that is out, obviously, this year. Then we got Adam Boyes coming on stage, and he tells us that in Far Cry 4 multiplayer, or campaign co-op, you're going to be able to invite people on your friends list who don't own the game, but gave no details on how that's going to work. That sounds insane. I don't know if that's some kind of a PS Plus or PS Now or whatever it is kind of a thing. That just seems like, what are you doing? That's crazy. But then we're going to cut to a CGI trailer for Dead Island 2, which is officially announced. And it sounded like one of the main characters could be voiced by Jack Black. But no gameplay, so not really sure any kind of a time frame or what's going on with that. But Dead Island 2, I don't know who's making that, because Techland, who made the first Dead Island, is making Dying Light, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. But Dead Island 2, totally a thing. Totally exists. Moving on, we get a brief thing about Diablo 3 is going to have exclusive DLC involving The Last of Us. Are going to have the clicker enemies from The Last of Us in Diablo 3 for PS4. Alright, that's, you know, that happened. They mentioned the Battlefield Hardline beta, and they have a trailer for that. We find out that there's going to be exclusive stuff from Disney Infinity for the PS3 and the PS4. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but toys or something. I don't play those games, so whatever. Paradox Interactive, makers of games you may have heard of, like Magicka, are making a bunch of exclusive PS4 games, the first of which being Magicka 2, which is awesome. I don't know how well that would play on a controller, but Magicka 2 it had a very funny live-action trailer, and then they showed some gameplay. It was nice. Moving on, we're page 2 of 4 here. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Tim Schafer of Double Fine. Guess what? They are remastering Grim Fandango. Holy shit. That's going to be PS4 and Vita, and that is a game that you can't readily get because the licensing was so tied up in legal mumbo-jumbo that unless you pirated it, you really couldn't get it. So them remastering that is amazing, and I cannot wait to play that. Moving on, we had Devolver Digital is having a bunch of console debut, which was a big thing for the PS4 conference here. Console debuts on the PS4 of Broforce, Titan Souls, Not a Hero, which is the game from those Ollie Ollie guys, and Hotline Miami 2. I think we had already known that was going to have a console exclusive debut on PS4 last year, maybe? I don't know. I've heard that before. And a new game from Crow Team, who makes the Serious Sam games, called The Talos Principle, which looked kind of like a building your world as you're playing it type of game. It looked curious. I'm looking forward to seeing more on that, hopefully soon. Then, Suda51, only on PS4, a game called Let It Die, which was some kind of a multiplayer combat game. I wasn't really sure what kind of game that's going to be. But that's being co-developed by Grasshopper and Gung Ho. Now, the question always with Suda51 is he overseeing it, or is he actually directing it? I feel like we haven't had one of those where he actually directed it in quite some time. So hopefully, either this or the other one they announced last year, Lily Bergamo, one of those two, hopefully he's actually directing, because I want a Suda51 directed game. I'm not overseeing, not executive, actually directed. But always nice to see more things from that crazy motherfucker. Anyway, new game from a company called Giant Squid, who apparently, I guess, is new, being published by 505 Games. It is called Abzu. It is like some kind of a crazy underwater adventure-y, sinister undertones. It's really hard to describe what that game is, but I am certainly always looking forward to new experiences and new games. And then we get the announcement for the console debut of No Man's Sky. Now, I don't know if that means it's coming out first before the PC, or if that means PS4 and PC on the same day. I don't know what that means for things like Oculus Rift and Morpheus, but No Man's Sky console debut on the PS4. No Man's Sky still looks insane, and kind of looks like a House of Cards that could come out at any time. I don't know how that game is possibly procedurally generating all that stuff. I want to believe, but it's video games, so we'll see how that pans out when that game finally ships. Then, Andrew House back on stage, talking hardware. He makes a kind of a dig at the Kinect, saying how they offer the PS4 camera as a choice, which is kind of funny. Then talks a little bit about Morpheus. They didn't give a whole lot of stage time to Morpheus, but there's going to be 3 E3 demos at E3 for Morpheus, one of which is Jurassic Encounter, which I really want to see some footage of that, because fucking dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. So hopefully I'll see some of that on Spike or on game trailers, or whoever is going to show me some of that. I want to see it. Moving on, we bring out Sean Layden, who apparently worked on the original Bib Ribbon back in the 90s, and that was an amazing... I had that game. That never got released in the US. It came out in Europe in English, but it never got released in the US in English, which is a bummer. They had a demo on a PS magazine disc at some point. But anyway, he tells us that 95% of PS4s are connected to PSN. That is a great thing. And that export to YouTube is coming. And as someone who exports to YouTube, these videos on YouTube, that's a great thing. However, I kind of look at it like how, hey, Nintendo now, you know, Mario Kart 8, you can export to YouTube, which makes it really easy to content ID flag your stuff on YouTube. So I'm going to keep doing my game stuff the way I've been doing it, which is using a capture kit, because then I can at least get around automatically getting flagged for content ID. Fuck that shit. Moving on. They're going to be doing more interaction with people doing live streaming. They put out a thing in Dead Nation for the PS4, where when you're live streaming, people can actually interact and vote on what should happen to you in the game. And so more games are going to support that. It's a really cool feature for people who do live streaming. Looking forward to more novel uses and more creative uses of that technology. There's going to be some new Playroom DLC. I don't use Playroom. I have the camera, but I don't use Playroom, so whatever. We get a sizzle reel of a bunch of games that they weren't showing the names because they were on a different screen that they weren't showing us, so I don't know what all those games were, but a lot of cool games in there. It was a lot of stuff that was said to be free to play, so they showed some PlanetSide, they showed some Kingdom something too. It was all went by too fast. There was like a Fat Princess thing in there for the Vita. I don't fucking know. Anyway, PlayStation Now is going to be rolling out in open beta July 31st. So whether or not that means that they're all going to be free. Like, I'm currently in PS Now, and it's all, you know, not charging me because it's not there yet. But I'm under NDA, so I can't talk about that specifically. But July 31st, open beta. They went that, and then, alright, so, finally, the Vita TV is no longer called the Vita TV. As expected, it's being called the PlayStation TV, and I am so glad they finally announced this device for the US, $100 this fall. I'm so hyped for this, because that means I can finally capture footage from the Vita and put it onto YouTube without having to spend a bunch of money for one of those Vita hacked capture kit things. So this, super exciting. We're getting Minecraft on the Vita. I don't play Minecraft, but for people who do, that's exciting. They're gonna have a bundle with the PlayStation TV, a controller, an 8 gig memory stick, and a voucher for a game for $139. Like, I have controllers, you know, I have memory sticks, I have games for the Vita. That's not interesting to me. I'll spend $100 and get the little box. That's great. This guy kept talking about Bib Ribbon, but then didn't make any announcements about anything concerning Bib Ribbon. That was kind of frustrating as someone who fucking loved Bib Ribbon. But moving on. We get gameplay footage from Mortal Kombat 10, or Mortal Kombat X, which looks super violent and super messed up, and that is everything you would expect from a new Mortal Kombat game in a next-gen platform on the PS4. Looks really good. Then we get to the most boring part of the show. Andrew House comes out and talks TV. They're doing a show called Powers. It's based on a comic. I don't care. I was kind of zoning out at this point. That'll be out December. If you are a PS Plus user, you get the whole series. If you don't have PS Plus, you get the first episode for free. Moving on, I really just TV. Don't talk about TV during a games conference, please, please. Anyway, PS Plus has seen a 190% increase since the launch of PS4. That's great. They're doing a Ratchet and Clank movie in theaters. My voice is dying. I don't care. They're doing a remaster something of Ratchet and Clank 1. And they're saying that it's going to look graphically like current PS4 games. That is potentially super interesting. But if Insomniac's not doing it, like, who's doing it? They said that'll be in the first half of 2015. Then we get to see The Last of Us Remastered, the first footage of that, which is actually going to be out July 29th, and that looks amazing. The trailer had spoilers, so if you haven't played it, maybe don't watch that trailer. And I don't understand Sony's preoccupation of their first-party studios having these shoddy Nirvana cover songs in their footage. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. As someone who grew up on Nirvana, I don't appreciate it. Just get there. It can't cost that much, right? Maybe it does. Anyway, we're gonna move on to just trailers for the end of this thing. We get a Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer, which some of you may have seen last night when it leaked out. And that looks alright. Announcement. Finally, confirmed. Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4, which I'm assuming means also on the Xbox One and potentially also on the PC. This is a thing. People said, oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, it's been too long. Guess what? It's happening. It's coming. I will totally rent that and perhaps buy that and make Grim play it again. Because it looks, if it's running at just everything better, that's great. And apparently you'll be able to import your character from GTA Online through Rockstar Social Club from previous gen to this gen. But it was really funny hearing Andrew House say the words Xbox 360 at a Sony press conference. That was really good. Alright, moving on. Batman Arkham Knight trailer. Batman Arkham Knight looks fucking phenomenal. The trailer got glitched on purpose to have the Scarecrow, who looks super creepy, and they're going to have exclusive Scarecrow missions. Then, end of the show, showstopper, last trailer of the show, Uncharted 4, actual footage of that, obviously not gameplay, but Uncharted 4, that CGI stuff looked phenomenal. That'll be 2015, it's called Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, so the end of that franchise, I'm assuming, no more of that. And then we get an ending montage of all the different footage and trailers and things that you saw during the show. This video is already 17 minutes long. My throat is dead today. So closing thoughts. There was some stuff that we didn't see. Where Was the Witness? Isn't that supposed to be out this year? I want to play The Witness. And of course, the biggest thing on everyone's mind, no Last Guardian. The Last Guardian did not show up at the show. Was not there. That potentially could still be a TGS reveal. I want to hope against hope that's a TGS reveal, because if it's not, if they don't say anything this year, that game's not coming. It's been 7 fucking years, it's not coming. But they assure us it's still in development, it's just not. At this point, I have no hope for The Last Guardian. I don't want to spend another entire console generation hoping for The Last Guardian. Just let it die. Anyway, there wasn't a whole lot else that I really expected to see that I didn't see, outside of, just various indie games that are in various states of development. No other real big titles that... oh, actually, no. I take that back. Where was Guerrilla Games? They had said Guerrilla Games was going to show something, and I didn't see anything from Guerrilla Games. So, perhaps that's like a Gamescom thing, because they're in Europe, or, end of the year stuff. Anyway, this video's gone on for too long. I am Attack Slug. These are my thoughts about E3, Sony Press Conference 2014. I will see you tomorrow morning for Nintendo. Hopefully my voice will be better. I'm going to have some hot tea tomorrow morning, and then we'll be back here for the Nintendo press conference tomorrow at noon-ish. It's not even a press conference, it's their Nintendo Direct to You thing. So that's been Attack Slug, that's been E3, that's been Sony, and I'm out.